Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror PSA presented by Scary Nerd, and as always, we are your hosts. I'm Paul.
I'm Saul.
And I'm Angie.
The following is a public service announcement.
Eight college students traveling to Florida for spring break stumble into a remote town in Georgia where they are set upon by the residents. That's right. We watched 2001 Maniacs starring Lynn Shay, Robert Englund, and a bunch of other people you probably don't want to hear from ever
You
again.
probably will never hear from again.
I don't know. The one kid was in stuff. He was in Cabin Fever movies.
Would we
One of
call
them
that
was.
in stuff?
That's still stuff.
It had cameos of people you'll know.
Yeah, but still, this movie was.
Okay.
Here's the weird thing. Okay, I'd never seen this movie.
That's what I was going to get into.
Okay,
It's like
so-
I know I've seen it before. I'm
You'd
curious.
seen it before.
I'm curious to see what you guys think of it.
I have never seen this. I had never seen this before, which is weird because I am obsessed with Robert Englund.
It is weird because when we were watching this movie, I'm like, 2005. I'm like, why don't I remember hearing about this movie at all? I'm
Was
like,
the
that wasn't
year
that
after-
long ago. Like, why haven't I heard of this movie? Then we started watching it. I'm like, this is why I've never fucking heard of it. Like,
It's not that long
Jesus,
ago.
man.
It was 15
crazy.
years ago,
Well,
you
it
guys.
still doesn't. It's still not that long ago. It's not like it was.
This movie's
when I
a
was
freshman in
kid.
high school.
It's not like it was when we were kids or something. It's not like when Nightmare came out. He also did this pile. I don't know.
Well, Freddy vs. Jason was 2004, wasn't it? Or was it 2003?
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. It was 2003, 2004, because I remember I was in high school when it came out.
There's a little trivia thing on it. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but Kane Hodder was in it.
Oh, yeah, we
You
did.
saw it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because they said they did that. I think it was right before or after they were going to do Freddy vs. Jason. And
It's
at
going
that
to be
point,
after, unless they filmed it before.
And at that point, I don't think Kane Hodder had been signed on yet.
Yeah.
Because I know he said that he was supposed to be in it, but for whatever reason, the director didn't want him and cast somebody that was like twice his size.
He wanted someone
He wanted
taller.
somebody bigger. Yeah, we were at a Robert Englund panel when
Yeah.
Robert Englund explained what had happened. The director just wanted somebody to be larger than life, which makes sense because Robert Englund is scrawny, but he's tall.
Yeah, he's kind of lanky, but you put the big sweater on.
Yeah. And I mean, Freddy's stature is huge anyway.
All right, should we talk about this?
We should.
About this movie because there's a lot to digest in this bad boy.
Well, as all of you guys know, I love backstory. So I could get down on some Civil War backstory.
Lore and gore
Lord
Lore and gore.
and horror in
and
this movie.
guts and glory. It's got all the
Okay,
things.
so the beginning part, I want to talk about like the intro thing.
Okay.
A little bit. That reminded me of the blood they had in the background with the whole war footage and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
The blood kind of looked like the Metallica album cover from Load and Reload, where it was the blood and semen mix.
I do not recall this.
You brought
Yeah.
Metallica, you lost me. I don't like them.
All right, well,
I don't enjoy their
it
music either.
looked weird, like the blood that they use. Like if you look at the album cover, like some artist made this weird thing where he mixed his own blood and semen and kind of made these weird shapes and put them between like two things of glass and like smashed them into weird shapes. So
no.
that's the album cover on Metallica's album. So I'm like, that's what this thing reminded me of.
No, thank
Further
you.
my point on why I do not care for them.
Because they didn't make the art.
I don't care, but they used it.
I used it. All right, we're not talking about Metallica. We're talking 2001 Maniacs. Stay on
I'm
topic.
trying to stay on topic, and you bastards always get us off topic.
Oh, speaking of the intro, we come upon these college students, and it's clear from the pictures that is he a TA at that point?
Yeah, he's a student assistant kind of guy or something.
Yeah, he's
But
the teacher's assistant, and he's
It's
he's
the
running
day
the
before-
the projector.
the day before spring break. Okay, here's my thing about this, right? Like I could get he's the TA, like whatever the professor's using him, whatever. Why is there a fucking school bell in a college? That's not a thing anymore, is it? Like when the bell rings, and I'm like, what the? This is like, are they in high school? Like I thought they were college students.
Yeah, it's because like there's nothing scheduled on a college campus. It's not like all the classes get out at the same time. Like some classes are getting out at like 8:32. Like it's like
even if
random
when you do get out, it's like everyone just stands up and walks out. Like there's no like bell. It's like we all just look at the fucking clock like a fucking
time's up.
And really, if you're in college, teachers don't care if you just get up and leave in the middle. They don't.
Oh no. But
speaking of which,
we had this.
Wait till we get to Harper Alexander.
Oh, geez.
The bell of the ball.
The bell of the ball. Should we talk about Armadillo Guy?
Eli Roth's cameo.
I'm just convinced because this is the second cameo after Piranha that we watched that he kind of did.
He just did spring break films.
Yeah, not even just spring break films. Like, does he just play different kinds of douches in every cameo that is? Like, he's beach douche. Like, this guy was like weird hippie douche.
Well, the thing that I noticed is on Piranha 3D, he was an executive producer, so that would explain his cameo, I believe. And on this one, he was also an executive producer because I remember seeing his name come up, and then you see him on it. It's like, oh, okay, that explains that.
Did he grow that douchey?
Probably.
Out
it's in the time frame.
Is it a soul patch?
Yeah, I guess.
Think back in the time frame too. 2005.
What was the fucking dog like? Can you give me and Mr. Mambo a ride?
I don't remember the dog's name, but he has a dead armadillo that he's throwing at cars.
Hey,
to get a ride.
What? I'll give him credit for that because I'm like, all right, you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. You're a weird, douchey hippie guy. Like, no one's gonna fucking give you a ride unless you convince them they killed your armadillo.
I love how.
Are there armadillos in Georgia?
I don't know.
I know that there are in Oklahoma, so I think that just that whole middle
how far
southern.
How far does the armadillo?
The middle
stretch?
south. The middle south has it.
The middle south.
Maybe.
The middle south.
Central south.
Central South America.
The central time zone kind of stretch. The Panhandle region.
The area that's just warm and moist.
All right, geography is not what this podcast is about.
No, it's not.
God help.
We got a thumbs up from producer.
We've just not talked about this movie. We're talking about college experiences and armadillos.
So the Russian guy, I don't know if he's really Russian, but he always the professor guy. He always is just the Russian guy from fucking Armageddon to me.
Yep.
And then
is that where it was from? Because I was trying to figure out where he was from.
Russian space station.
That's where he was from? Because he looked familiar. I'm like, where have I
touch
seen him?
nothing.
He's the cosmonaut.
Okay, now it makes sense. Because I was trying to pin him. I'm like, where have I seen this dude?
Yeah, then he completely phoned his in. He was like, I'm here for half a day.
Half a day.
I got 2 scenes, basically.
There was really no point for that whole beginning scene other than to just show us that they were in college.
What was the fucking point of, like, you have to rewrite this paper? Like, that whole thing, like, this does nothing if we don't even get to the end of spring break at the end of this fucking movie.
No, it doesn't.
I was like, there's no point in this. They just wanted to make a spot for that.
I know, I'm like, what? You're like, we got him. Okay, where do we put him?
Where do we put him?
I don't know. All right, we just do a quick scene.
He won't be believable if we put him in this town.
We'll just do a quick. Yeah, he's going to be doing his southern accent.
Yeah, he's like he's not going to be.
He's always just Russian to me. I don't know if he really is.
He's always Russian or like Middle Eastern. He's got that type of accent.
Yeah.
So that's the only accents he's going to be doing, which makes sense.
Welcome to Guts and Glory.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to put him in there and be like, wait a minute, what?
I meant Eastern European. I said Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern European.
Middle Eastern
yeah, he's an essential part of Eastern Europe. Middle Eastern European. All right. Geography is clearly not our strong suit. Like,
I'm a historian, damn it, not a geographist.
Granny Boone wants you to come to barbecue. Aren't you? You're not from this. Yes, I am. I'm born and raised. My kin.
Oh, the whole Deliverance references in this movie.
The whole knockoff of the dueling banjos scene.
Yeah.
I have to say, Lin Shaye is Granny Boone. I know we mentioned this, but why did she look German? Like she didn't even look like. I know they're like trying to make her look Southern, like a Southern
like
grandma
Southern
or something.
Belle, but like, I was thinking, it looks like she should be in Lederhosen. Like,
yeah, and I'm like, is she like a Bavarian, like lemonade wench? I guess.
Yeah, she didn't. I don't know what they could have done to try to make her more Southern. It just didn't. She looked out of place. Honestly, she did.
Well, I mean, the only thing they really did with Robert Englund was he had that suit and his Confederate eye patch. We're like, he's Southern. Look at all these things.
He's Southern. He grew a little beard, his white little beard.
He did grow a little beard.
Mm-hmm.
A little Colonel Sanders beard.
I love how that this guy has a nightmare, right? The main college kid that is driving. He has a nightmare about, dying. And then
It
they
was
immediately
the
follow.
mechanic.
Yeah,
he was afraid of the mechanic.
Yeah, it was the mechanic.
They
The mechanics.
immediately follow this handmade detour sign. They're like, yeah.
Again, it reminds me of the
Makes
Simpsons
sense.
episode of where Homer made the detour sign or the stop sign. I'm like, really? You're going to believe this really, like, fake?
Oh, okay.
obvious?
No, I'm sorry. We have to go back just a little bit because I forgot one of the greatest lines in this fucking shitty movie that has a bunch of great ass one-liners.
Okay.
If we drive through the night, we'll be quaffing beers by noon and boffing chicks by 5, I think is the
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
You know, the old quaff and boff, as you do in spring
Oh my
break.
God.
I was
Gosh.
like, I was 18, or no, I was 18, 19 in 2005. Nobody talked like that.
I know, I'm like, you're going to do what? Like, who wrote this fucking thing?
Later on in the movie, when he offers somebody some marijuana, he asks if they want a spleef. And I was like, I smoked marijuana in 2005. Ain't nobody called it that in that time
I'm like,
period.
yeah, who
I've heard
wrote
it-
this down? Like,
I've heard it called a whole bunch of things, but I don't think I've ever heard. So when you said that, I'm like, what the hell? Wait, what?
Yes, no. And I wrote it down. Spleef. S-P-L-E-E-F.
yeah, we had the captions on. That's how they spelled it.
Sometimes
Say
I want to go
spleef.
back and ask some of the people, like while they're making these movies, what kind and how and what influenced the dialogue they used.
Honestly, I was thinking back to Troll 2, and I was like, did a non-American person write
Yeah,
this
it was the same husband and wife,
Yes.
director, writer team.
It could have been them.
We quaff.
Oh.
The old quaff and buff on spring break in Daytona. Ugh.
The thing about it,
Sorry.
the thing that dated this movie for me is we know it's 2005, and looking back on some of the fashion choices that people made, it's like, oh my gosh, like
Mainly the hair.
not just the hair though, but one of the guys, if you paid attention to his pants, he had those giant oversized cargo pants
Are you looking at some dude's pants?
because it made no sense to me. Like even back then, when you would wear those
Yeah,
giant,
they did kind of dress like they were in the fucking 90s.
They had that like undershirt on with the plaid
The A shirt,
overshirt.
we'll call it. The
Yes,
A shirts.
A shirt.
the shirt.
You know, that one shirt.
But they're like,
certain people.
this isn't a real detour. And I was like, oh, was it the sign that, you know?
Yeah.
Was it
Like
the
this
sign or
and
is it
that?
a damn dirt road that you're driving through?
Was that even a dirt road? That was just a field. Like,
I know there was at one point. I'm like, yeah, okay, we're going to Daytona Beach to my brother's beach house in my Chrysler Sebring.
but I have no clue how to get there.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the other thing that I thought
we
was,
took a shortcut.
yeah, that's the
You
other
guys
thing. Is
fell
when they said the
asleep.
shortcut is like, you guys fell asleep. It was like, you could have woke us up. It's like, you were asleep. What did you want me to do?
I know.
Wake
It's
us up.
2005. Where's your fucking GPS? Like,
Right?
there was GPS then.
Yeah.
Where's
There
your
was- there
GPS?
was- you could
And
fucking
hey,
do something.
if you're in college, you're a big boy now. It's time to use your words and wake your friends up if you need help.
Yeah.
Like, just
you
wake
guys
those
were
up.
asleep. I didn't want to wake
Oh,
you.
okay. Wait. There was another line at the gas station that I remember. What is it? I would drink her bathwater, and the other one
Oh,
was like, I
yeah.
would eat the peanuts out of her shit.
That
I'm
one.
Like, wow, that is love right there.
Is
I mean,
that
That's just
love?
disgusting.
That's not
If
love.
you,
That's
uh,
not
That's
the
not
kind
love.
of
That's
love that I
disgusting.
want.
if
I
you,
don't want that
hey,
kind of
that's
love.
love at first sight. If you're meeting her at the gas station, you would already eat the peanuts out of her shit. Like that is love at first sight.
I don't care how much you love someone. You're not going to do that. That's
Well-
fucking disgusting.
Well, children,
It was just
that's why love at first sight
it
is
was,
stupid because you don't know anything about the other person.
okay. And I don't know if it was the same character or not, but it may have been the same guy that said the quaff and the boff thing. So his character did not get the greatest lines, we'll say. Not that
They
any
were
of these
all
people did.
pretty
So.
interchangeable, though. That's the
They
thing.
they were all 90s douches.
They were all the same type of character. They just look different.
Yeah, it's
The lines in this movie, though, that the kids say, like, what is this?
okay. So we get to the fucking detour sign and all, and you're like, someone just wrote that clearly. Like, do you still go this way? And they did. So it's like, all right, you.
Not just them, multiple.
Oh yeah,
multiple
so it's like,
individuals.
Okay, like you go down there, like whatever. You're seeing this like ghost town or whatever. But it's like as soon as they all come out and like we're hiding and waiting for you, and they just run out and all that. I was like, no, you fucking floor it. Like I don't care if you take two or
Right.
three of them out. Like whoops, it was an accident. Like I didn't
getting
see
stuck
shit.
in
Like,
There's a
this
panic.
fucking Pleasantville
it's like
type
you just
situation. Not
fucking
happening.
take the Chrysler Sebring, fucking gas it, just fucking get out of there, man.
It's funny that they had that, and then the other group had the Mustang.
And it was like a rental car. Like, you're like, what can you give us? Like,
What can you
well,
give
all we
us?
have left for the week that you need to use these fucking cars is the Chrysler Sebring and a fucking, was it a Mustang?
Yeah.
A Mustang.
I love how it was the Guts and Glory Festival, and I was like, oh, Guts.
Yeah. I know, like, so they get there, and then they see the two chicks and the other dude that they met at the gas station. And then randomly,
Peaches. They meet Peaches.
Wait, we have to get to Peaches
They don't
in
meet
a
Peaches
second.
yet.
We have to get to Peaches in a second here. But okay.
Areola.
So the whole okay, fine. Let's just fucking talk about Peaches.
Fine, let's
then.
talk about Peaches.
Because
Peaches.
my thing was like, I don't know whether to stare at Peaches' gap in her tooth
That was obviously fake. Did you
or
notice
her
that?
exposed areola while she's standing there with
You
a
could-
weird voiceover. It wasn't even like her own voice.
I feel like everybody did ADR for this. Like
Really
everybody came
badly.
back and did their voiceovers. I was
I think
what is
did they
this?
do the ADR in like a car or something?
They
it was
had
like
to have.
it just does not sound good at all. Like it was almost like you're watching the movie with like the director's
With an
commentary
track.
on top of
I
it.
did not notice that her
You didn't notice
tooth
it?
gap was
No, they
fake.
were fake because there's a point towards the end of the movie where she's trying to get that one dude, and they have like a really good close up on her face, and you look like she's got like the wax on it because you can obviously tell that they put the fake wax or whatever need to be in there.
Oh, well,
for the
that's
gap.
good because I was like, I can't make fun of her tooth gap, right? That's mean. But if to know
I
it's
know.
fake,
No,
it
then
was
okay.
fake.
All right, well, it was fake.
Okay,
It wasn't Peaches. It was Peaches.
Yeah,
Peaches. I'm Peaches.
I started applying
came
the Paul
out-
logic and start paying attention to everything else
There
around
you
there.
go. She came
That's
out.
how you saw the areola, huh?
Yeah, that
don't
too.
blame that shit on me. Then Kim's gonna
Hey.
yell at you for watching that.
No,
and you
Paul
blame, like,
noticed the areola right away. He's like, "Is that
No.
her areola?"
No, because we paused it because we were laughing at something.
Peach.
And then obviously we were laughing at Peaches. So we paused it and I was like, is that her fucking areola just out there? Like,
It is.
yeah, I noticed everything.
You didn't notice the fake gap tooth though. I'm proud of myself for that one.
Well, I wasn't looking in that part. All right.
So when they pulled up in the town, and everybody started surrounding the cars and all that, did it remind anybody of The Wizard of Oz when they killed somebody and they all came and whatchamacallit?
Yeah, it reminded me of that and that Big Fish movie.
Yeah, the town was kind
Yeah.
of like in that. I forget what it was called in that movie.
I don't remember either.
But yeah, is it like Spectre or something? It's something stupid. Perfection.
It reminded
I don't
me of
fucking
that.
remember.
Obviously, it wasn't Wizard
But
of Oz
yeah.
though. But
Yeah.
it reminded me like, oh, the whole town is celebrating that people are here.
I immediately thought Big Fish too.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, oh yeah, it's like the exact same thing.
And I
except
don't
they're gonna
know.
eat everyone.
If people come running at my car and
That's why I
they've got
said
a banjo,
Leave.
Floor the
Fucking
Chrysler
leave.
swing. Okay,
all I'm saying is if a guy with a rebel flag eye patch comes out at me and there's a banjo, that's just too many red flags for me. I gotta say no. I don't want your free room.
but you're also thinking as like a rational person and not like a horror movie white person.
Okay, well I am white.
Okay, but you're not in a horror movie, so
Fair. All right.
horror movie white people are
Horror
like,
movie white people
well,
are
it's
not
a
the
free
smartest.
meal. I don't know.
I don't-
Okay.
Even the black guy in this movie.
And he was the whole
like,
time he was
all
like,
of this for a free
No, he
meal.
was
the
he was
whole
suspect the
time he
entire
was like,
time.
we need to fuck out of here.
You're like, we need to get out of here.
No,
He's
he
suspect.
literally says the
No.
line. All of this for a free meal.
And he also literally says, I don't even put crackers in my soup.
He does. He
Get the
does.
fuck out of here.
He's the only
His
one. It's like, why are
conversation
we
with
here?
that weird, I don't remember his name, the weird looking guy, the one that the gay guy.
Hucklebilly?
No, not Hucklebilly. The
Oh,
other guy.
I don't remember his name. He was one of Buckman's sons.
Oh, the one that takes it in the ass?
Yeah, him.
Every
like when they
time-
were walking,
Well, he did, and then the other one did afterwards.
the other thing when he was talking to him and they were going back and forth, they're like, "Oh, what tree?" He's like, "Where are all the black people in here?" "Oh, they look good over there by those trees over there." And then he says, "Like, oh, they do?"
Oh, the bellhop, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he was the bellhop. I forgot he was the bellhop too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
That's because she was like, I don't think he's playing
Every
the full
time-
deck.
Every time after I saw that guy, after the whole he gets fucked in the ass, I was like, oh, he's probably still sore. Like he's
The dude even says it too.
he's still wandering
hey,
around.
wait,
Like poor dude.
Was it him or was it Hucklebilly that was the sheep fucker?
Hucklebilly
no, it was a
sheep.
different one.
Yeah,
it was a
guy.
different guy.
It wasn't Hucklebilly.
It wasn't
It was the other
Hucklebilly.
son because
Yeah.
he said they were both his sons.
Yes. The other sheep fucker who is literally just a sheep fucker.
He's chasing around that poor sheep the entire
Chasing
movie.
Jezebel.
He's literally literally the whole movie just got his pants down trying to enter the sheep.
I know. It was like there's no point for this at all, and like it just kept randomly showing up, like in Jack Frost, like the idiot would just be in the background. He's like Jezebel.
She's just playing hard to get him. Like, stop fucking
And
that sheep.
and all his pants halfway down. Like he's always just running with his ass.
Always.
Like.
And oh my goodness. So
Okay, the grossest thing in this fucking movie to me. All right, when Ricky eats that chick's butt tattoo at dinner.
Only had no idea that he ate
Yes,
it.
and he's like, I was like, oh God, that's so gross. Because I'm like, you're not even eating meat. Like, that's just full on skin.
Yeah.
Like,
Flesh.
oh,
Full
God.
It's just flesh.
I love parts of this movie though, because there's no point for sheep fucker. There's also no point for that guy to get fucked in the ass.
Okay,
Well, it was the montage. Everybody needed somebody.
The whole sex scene, I was like, okay,
This doesn't
why
make
is
sense.
why do any of you think this is okay?
I know.
Like, why do any of you were like, all right, well, you can go over here, like, yeah, please, just come fuck our daughters. And like, the one kid, was it Corey that was with the twins, or not the twins, the cousins.
The cousins.
And I was like,
The cousin fuckers.
I was like, the next day when they're like, do you want to go see the kissing meadow? And I was like, no, that's all I saw last night was the kissing meadow. I have nothing to do with you two now. Like,
Right?
fuck
Like,
you
what's
guys.
the
Like,
point?
They went under the covers and they let him just kind of watch, and he really didn't get to watch much. So I'd be pissed if I was him too.
okay, so yeah, they all get there, and like the black dude and the Chinese girl.
The China woman.
China woman.
Call her the
China
whole time.
woman. Leah, that's her name. Yeah. They get there and they've already explained it to the other group, the
The
other
first
6
two
of
groups,
them,
yeah.
right? And then they're like, all right, we've got rooms for you, whatever. And I'm like, you didn't explain anything to them. Like, they just showed up and they were like, okay, we're just going to go with this? Like,
I know. And they're all like, we have free rooms here. I'm like, no, I'm good.
yeah,
Thanks.
I'm just going to keep driving.
I need to get somewhere
good.
else. I have
Yeah.
planned. I don't want to derail my plans to stay in this banjo playing
No,
sheep
like-
fucker town. That's for
Just,
Malcolm to me he seemed like at least the only logical person, because he's a black man walking around realizing, wait a minute.
But if he was logical, he wouldn't have stayed in this free room for no fucking reason.
the funniest
You can only
part.
do
Have so much logic in a horror movie.
yeah, you can only have so much. But still though, he was the only one that was suspect through the whole thing, and then he finally ends up paying for it.
I know.
The funniest part of his to me was when the weird like yokel band guys.
Oh, yeah, they're
ones,
following him?
Yeah, they reminded me of the band from Something About Mary, like that.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
guys that were always like in the Fairley Brother movies.
Yeah.
They reminded me of those, like the Southern hillbilly version of those or whatever. When they're following him and singing the song, and he finally just stops and he's like, "No more fucking music! Stop!" And he just freaks out on him. He's like, "Stop!" And then he sees the.
He's like, "I'm just trying to find
scalp of
Leah."
his
He's like, "I can't
girlfriend.
find her."
Yeah.
And then he
And
goes
he
chasing
follows
after her.
the other one because
Yeah.
she's wearing the scalp. They scalped her.
Yep. They scalped her. Back to the sex scene, though. The ridiculousness of the sex
The
scene.
group orgy, basically.
The
Or,
group
it's not
orgy,
really an
the
orgy, I
separate,
guess.
yeah, because they were all in separate rooms or whatnot. But like the one couple is on literally a bear skin rug.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The fake bearskin
Yes,
rug.
the fake
Yeah.
bear skin rug, and then we see the two dudes like doing push-ups and stuff.
I know, he was like,
I
That
don't
made
really-
absolutely no sense.
I was
He was
like, I
like
don't
making
think-
him work out before.
I don't think this is how gay people prepare for
I don't
sex.
know.
I don't think you need to stretch, but that's just me.
Stretching one thing, but like doing like the push-ups and all that,
push-ups
like
and
he's
stuff.
making him work out. Like, you trying to tire him out before he gets started?
And then, like, the weirdest part of the whole film is when they focus in on Robert Englund's character at this time, right? And he goes, "And to all a good night." Like, what?
yeah.
And like, is this your Christmas? It's like,
I'm like,
yes.
what?
Come on, Granny Boone. All the
why
holes
do
are
they-
filled.
Why do these demons or ghosts that we learned of
I
in the
know,
end, why
like-
do they have to fuck these people? I'm so confused.
It's to let their guard down.
Well, they get one time a year where they can come out and have sex with real people.
Because
Okay.
even Robert Englund's character is like, one of us have to do the gay boy. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
One of them has to take it for the team.
I was like,
He's
who
gonna-
wrote
I'll do it. No, yeah, the other one's like, I'll do it, Daddy.
Yeah. I was like, oh my Lord. I don't even know where to begin with this whole homoerotic situation.
I know, I'm like,
I think what I love most about this movie, besides the kills, is just the random over the top, like, oh my gosh, this is just so cheesy.
Oh, the
like
camp.
That.
Yeah, there's
like
so much
the camp on it
camp.
is just what I loved about
There's
it.
camp horror, camp comedy, camp making fun of Southern people. There's just like all sorts of different themes in this film.
Because all just the random stuff. I forgot about that one thing.
the rock medley, the South Will Rise Again, when they're playing the music before they kill Leah and the bell thing. But then when they go to that other like montage thing where it's like the rock version of it and it gets all heavy and I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
Like you had money for one song, so they had to play it twice in different versions.
I wrote down, if Disney made a campy horror movie, that's what this movie would be, because it's got all the elements. It's got camp of it's got every type of camp. It's entertaining, at least, because you're laughing at how stupid it is. Like, they knew what it was, and they
went with it.
They threw it.
They went with it.
Okay, I know we've said this before, but literally with this fucking movie, were they also simultaneously shooting a porn movie?
It does feel like a
because there was
like,
a lot of stuff in here. I'm like,
it.
this is just a porn.
I was like, is this like one of those late night Cinemax type porns?
Oh yeah,
because that's what it looked like.
Wednesday at like 12 a.m.
Yeah, it's like Cinemax produced its own porn in like its office building, and that's what this is.
Yeah. 2001 Sex Maniacs.
Yes.
I'm like, all right, well, if we make a few cuts here and take out some of the nudity, just a little bit, then we won't have a porn on our hands. We get 2 movies for 1.
I made a whole
2 for
note.
1.
I'm like, that poor fella, his butt still hurts.
Okay, this movie is like on the borderline of like so bad it's good, because it is a fun watch. Like, it is fun. There's some great kills. There's some good gore in here. Like there's some cheesiness that we'll talk to you about. But the thing that makes me mad about this fucking movie, right? The thing that makes me mad about this fucking movie is that all of these horrible actors in this movie, right? And I mean like all the Spring Breakers and like the townspeople. I mean, obviously Lin Shaye is amazing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But all of these fucking people got paid to act and be in a movie with Robert Englund, and I have to pay $100 to go just stand with him to take a fucking picture. Like that's what makes me mad about this fucking movie. Is that this was some these people got
spit
paid.
a bunch of time.
That's fair.
These people got paid to be in this pile of crap.
Yeah.
This is a pile of crap movie. It is a fun pile of crap movie. And I guess we're willing to eat the peanuts out of that pile of crap by watching this fucking movie. So watch the fucking movie.
Watch the fucking movie.
But just be mad that you're like, really? So I'm going to bring that up and like, really? You made fucking 2001 Maniacs and I got to pay you?
I got to pay you $100.
Yeah.
I'm
See, it's
I have a camcorder. We can make a better movie right now.
Disney knows
Here's what-
fun,
okay,
right? And
this-
that's what this movie did best, is they took the fun parts, all the fun parts
The
of
fun
horror.
parts of the South.
The fun parts of the South, the jokes, all the crappy one-liners, like horrible
The sheep
practical
fucking,
effects.
like-
They took everything out of camp and camped it till you can't camp anymore, basically. It was right on the edge of being too much.
It's just the Georgia version of Sleepaway Camp. Guts and Glory.
Okay, let's talk about the deaths now, because those were really, I think, one of the better parts of the movie.
They were the better parts of the movie. Which one was first?
The first one was
The first one was the girl that was
The girl,
cat.
She
the
was
cat
drawn
with
and
the
quartered.
horses, yeah.
and the weird thing
Wait,
about it,
hold on. Before we get into that, we got to talk
Mr.
about Harper
Lee.
Alexander.
Oh, no,
Here's the
Harper
thing about-
Alexander. The other guy was Lee.
here's the thing about Harper. He looked to me like another person that I've seen in a movie before. He kind of looked like an older, like he could have been what's his face, Jason Gordon-Levitt's brother.
Cabin
Okay.
Fever
Oh.
and Detroit Rock City.
That's where I know. That's where I'd seen him.
Yeah, I knew
but he
it was
still
Detroit Rock City.
But he had that look, like he could have been Jason Gordon-Levitt's older brother, just because of how his
Okay.
face and everything.
All right. So Robert Englund's talking to his 2 sons, and that's when he has the thing, we're going to have to find someone for Sissy Boy or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, that whole scene, right? And then the one was like, well, I want the one that has the long legs or blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no. He's like, you wait and see what's left after Harper. If they get a hold of, or they get a view of Harper Alexander. And they show him in that slow motion walking up, and I'm like, all right, okay. Like, this is their,
Their
this is
heartthrob.
like their fucking, what did I call him? Like the pussy closer is what I called him. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, this is a low budget movie. he gets in there and starts talking to her, and I'm like, is this like? Why is he sound? He was like very Urkelly to me. He was like,
I sounded nerdy.
hello, ma'am. And I'm like, what? I'm like, and
His
then
voice was
hello,
unusually
ma'am.
high.
I
Yes.
want to take
Not
you
just-
down.
I couldn't
We're gonna
stand
walk around.
Hucklebilly.
Yeah, he
voice.
sounded too little.
No,
kiddish.
okay, yeah, Hucklebilly was terrible, but like
Hucklebilly made
no,
me
like,
ugh.
Harper Alexander, I'm like, who's gonna fall for this? And then she ends up like fucking jerking him off in the barn later.
I
I'm
know. I
like-
was like, why
I'm
are you
like,
into
really?
this
Like-
dude?
Like why? Like yeah, because like her line was like either you're the most sweet guy ever or the most romantic guy ever, or you're full of shit. And I'm like, you're dumb and those boobs are fake. They're all full of shit.
They're all full of shit.
And when they talk to you, they're full of shit.
It was funny
Even
though,
Harper Alexander.
to watch her get ripped apart.
Here's the thing that I don't get about her death. He blindfolds her, and then all of a sudden, next thing you see is she's tied up. To get
Like, you
pulled.
I know,
didn't
it
feel
seemed
that?
like
How did she not feel
yeah,
that?
like it seems like she woke up in like a completely different place too. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, like why is there just people in the background now? Like, wait, are you not in that barn anymore?
I know.
Like,
did you not hear? Like,
That's what I don't
blindfold
get.
doesn't make you deaf or unable to feel
she's
things.
that
Like, how did you not feel your arms and
She
legs
was
being
that
tied? And how the fuck did you not hear the horses?
he blindfolded her so she couldn't hear anything. She's that dumb.
You know, yeah, maybe.
But they was
Well, she fell for him, and his Urkel Southern ways, like Southern
the
Urkel, is
most
basically.
romantic guy. No, you're not. You're probably sweaty and you're wearing way too many layers for how hot it is outside, and you
Yeah.
smell.
I know, and then she's like, she digs her hand in there and starts jerking. I'm like, the ball cheese in there alone.
In
man.
the
Like, it's gotta be
barn.
humid.
It's spring. It's hot in there. Nobody's gonna next to horses
Is there,
and
uh,
horse shit. I don't want to be in the barn.
Is there humidity in March? You think in
In
some?
I would
Georgia,
imagine.
yes.
Yes,
Probably.
I would imagine.
Some at least, you know.
I imagine just Georgia is
always humid.
Yes.
Okay, so Kat was the first one to die, and she got ripped apart by horses.
Yep. And then is that when we get moonshine death after?
Well, then they
No, that
feed
was
her.
the next
They
night.
feed her to them when they have that
Yeah,
little-
because
that dinner at night.
Ricky eats the
Yeah,
butt
that's
tattoo.
when Ricky eats the butt tattoo.
And then they start wondering where she was at, and they're like, "Oh, she ran off with."
It
what's
did
his
look
face.
gross because they made it just look like pig skin.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like that was gross, and like because I'm like I don't know if that would
Who was number two?
actually be like, but it's fucking gross.
Oh, Moonshine.
Yeah, moonshine.
Nelson, the other interchangeable friend.
And again, it's just it's another chick that just comes out and is like, I'm gonna have sex with you now, and he's just like, oh okay. After he's fucking his pillow.
because it was what it was the fucking
it was the
It was
fuck
the
night.
section. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the sex night.
And he went off alone and started fucking his pillow.
Yeah.
And then the girl shows up.
no, it was after the pie and the milkmaids, that whole scene.
Yeah, that's where he
Yeah.
saw that.
Where Granny Boone is playing the piano and the twins are basically like rubbing their tits to each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's the
that's what-
whole thing, and I was like,
They're not twins, they're cousins.
The
Right,
cousins.
cousins. I keep
their
thinking. I
family.
keep thinking it was a Scary Movie 3 where he was like, and twins. So anyway, the cousin fuckers
The cousin
are rubbing
fuckers.
tits. Granny Boone's playing the piano, and then that's the whole milk and pie maids scene, and before everybody, starts boning
Yeah,
everyone.
Okay.
everybody all randied up and
Yeah. So what is the dude's name? That's Nelson.
Nelson.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so Nelson is fucking his pillow, and this
Yeah.
chick shows up outside his window and is like, "Hey, I'll
She
fuck
was the
you."
milkmaid. That's
How the
that's
fuck
right.
did she get up there so quick? Because as soon as he told her to get in his
She's
room,
not alive.
She's a ghost soul.
Yeah, you find that out
Hey,
later.
if you look, there are signs everywhere.
But kids, if people just show up at your house and you're like, "You want a bone?" Just say no.
Yeah, I don't care how old you are or what you look like. No one's just gonna be like, "Hey, I noticed you were staring at my boobs a lot. Do you want to have sex?"
Yeah, that's not a thing that happens in real life, and so it
It only
does
happens in
happen.
porns.
It's suspicious, and
See,
you should
this
not
is-
agree to it.
it only happens in porn and
if
movies.
that does happen to you in real life, you're gonna wake up without your fucking kidney.
It's true. Yes.
Yes.
It's
No, and
happened
as soon as
before.
that Harper guy walked in, that Harper Lee guy, if we could go back to
Harper
that.
Alexander.
Harper Alexander. I keep calling him Harper Lee. Who is Harper Lee?
Anderson Lee was
Isn't
the main dude.
Anderson Lee, but I think Harper Lee is a publisher.
Harper Alexander, ma'am.
But Harper Alexander, when he first comes walking in his slow motion montage, I put Harper eats women's feet, and he's the
wouldn't be
creepiest
surprised.
of the creepers. That's what I put.
Yeah, and then you
That
throw that,
face.
and you throw that Southern Urkel voice. in
Yes,
there, and
I
it's
was like,
just
why is she
oh.
going off with this guy?
I know, I'm like, oh, I guess this is the best South has to offer.
So
okay,
now we
so
have
anyway,
two
don't.
deaths.
Yes, well, we haven't explained the second death. We just explained the whole. She shows up and fucks him.
Oh, and then she makes him
Moonshines him to death.
She makes him drink it from the hose. And
See, I was confused by that because
I thought it was milk initially.
If you're eating these people, how are they even fucking eating anyone if they are ghosts?
Nobody. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh my god. See, that's like okay. The whole fucking movie, I'm like, all right, I can willing suspend my disbelief that these people will go to this town and stay, and then get guilted into staying, and then whatever, right? I'm like, I'm willing to suspend all of that, right?
Yeah.
But then at the end, I'm like, how did a lot of this shit happen if they're just fucking ghosts? Like, I don't
I know
so
and
much about this fucking movie.
I was like, okay, I was just assuming that it was a town that, like,
I thought they were gonna.
People,
I thought they were gonna go there, like at the end or whatever, and it was a ghost town. Like, but the buildings would still be there. Like, like I was assuming they would get there and everything was like, there's no more beds.
The
or
weird veins when they popped up on Peach's face, I was like, what is that about? Because that was nowhere else.
No, it was like, well, we need something else.
And they don't really supernaturally kill anybody. Like.
I know nothing. Every death
every death is practical.
They had to use were those ghost horses or were they real horses too? Like that's what questions, questions and no answers.
Next time we see Robert Englund, we gotta ask him about it.
Okay, we're gonna be that fucking okay. In scene 12, were those ghost horses or real horses?
No, we're just gonna
because I'm sure he doesn't get that shit all.
All we need to ask him is like, why 2001 Maniacs?
He'll be like,
He's a patriarch.
I have a house in I have a vacation house in Florida because of that fucking movie is what he'll say. And I'll be like, well played, sir.
That could be it.
Then you can afford not to take my $100, you bastard.
Well, yes. That's what I would tell him. He's like, why 2001 Maniacs? And because you did that, why are you taking my $100 to take a picture with you?
Here's my question. Why 2001 Maniacs? Why not the sequel?
Oh, yeah.
Because he was replaced by Bill Moseley in the sequel.
Yes, he was.
Lin Shaye was back, though.
Yeah. Okay, so we have the two deaths. Who was third?
Corey.
Was it
Penis?
No, Leia.
No, okay, yeah. There was my question though.
Oh,
like, if they fucking eat these people, then why would she she filled him with acid basically, and like he just melted through the floor and like through the bed and all that.
I don't think that they eat them though.
Okay.
Well, they fed the I don't.
So was the whole point to get people to eat their friends, and they just didn't? Because I thought they ate too.
Was it just to kill them? I don't
think
know.
It was just to kill them.
Then why did they have to have sex with them?
Well, it was because they wanted to kill all the Yankees.
That's why I said they only get to have sex once a year during this festival.
Well, remember the end? They said
with whoever falls for the detour.
But the reason why they kill them is because they want to get revenge back at the Yankees that murdered them.
Okay, but why fuck them?
I don't know. I think it's just trying to guilt them. They're trying to make them feel.
That's just Southern hospitality. They're like, well, if we're gonna keep them for a few days, someone's got to fuck them. So if they don't fuck each other, then one of you's taking the.
It'll make them stay.
That's the South's plan to rise again.
Okay, so we get Leia's death with the bell.
Again, these bitches take me out of the woods and put me in a bath. No. Why are they just in the bath in the middle of nothing, like getting bathed?
It was their divide and conquer scene because they're like, all right, girls go with girls, guys go with the guys or whatever. And I'm like, you idiots! Like,
yes.
It made me think of Midsummer, and then the whole May Queen thing.
Yeah.
Because they give them baths. They make the guys play horseshoes with their friends' heads.
No, I thought it was funny that when they were doing the whole bath scene and Leah was just in the bath and they're like bathing her, and I'm like, why? Why are the old guy hillbilly band in the background?
Oh yeah, I know.
Like just playing. I'm like, they're like, if we just play softly, no one's gonna.
And then
see
what's
us.
his face? Hucklebilly showed up out of that. What is it? The barrel.
It was his turn in the barrel.
Yeah.
I could not deal with Hucklebilly's voice.
He was too much at times.
It was too much at every time.
I wanted him to get punched a lot.
I wanted him to die.
No,
I was like, can somebody please?
No, I wanted him to get punched like square in the face.
And
first,
I know, it seemed like they were trying to make him seem young, but he was clearly played by like a 22-year-old.
Well, that whole thing in my thing is like, but before I found out they were fucking ghosts, right? I'm like, are they? Because the whole inbred thing too. I'm like, all right, well, that kind of makes sense. Like they're all kind of slow. Like,
yeah.
Like the mayor and Granny Boone were the only ones that were kind of like not slow. Everyone else just kind of seemed a little off.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, they're ghosts. So that doesn't explain shit.
Yeah,
That just adds another layer of fucking questions now.
Okay, so they kill Leah because what? They made her the what was it that they made her? They made her something of the feast.
The belle of the ball.
That's what it was. She was
wasn't
the
it?
belle of the ball,
You look like
which
a true Southern belle now.
which they brought in the. That's how they killed her.
Because they killed her with a bell.
They dropped a bell on her.
A literal bell.
So okay, was that a ghost bell or was that a real bell?
Well, even her, she was like again with her death, she started realizing, wait a minute, where are all these people fucking coming from?
It would have been funny if at the end when they show the fucking like the cemetery that there was like a bell somewhere there. Like that would have made
Yeah,
sense.
that would have
like,
made at least more sense.
damn it.
Because she turns around
That's
and all of a
it.
sudden,
I'm making my own movie.
What she
Because I
turns
can't
around, she sees everybody just starts showing up. That would have fucking freaked me out too. Like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, it's just like,
Oh my god, that okay. I have Lin Shaye's fucking hoedown song. I'm like, can I get this? Like, cause Lin Shaye Records presents. Like, I want this.
Granny
just the
Boone's
album, like,
Hoedown.
Granny Boone's Hoedown. 1995 on CD.
Oh, and then poor Corey, who is just trying to get laid this whole time, comes upon Peaches.
Yeah, he's got his blue balls because he was the one with the
cousin
twins.
fuckers.
God damn it, I
They're
almost
not
said
twins.
God damn, stop saying twins. Cousin fuckers. Yeah. Okay, so he's with the cousin fuckers. Do you want to remember shit? You got fucking mnemonic devices and rhymes, all right?
Guys
All
are
right, so the
ridiculous.
cousin fuckers
The cousin fuckers.
yelled at him for trying to beat off while they're out in the fucking weird picnic. No, they were eating food. They were feeding each other
They were
something.
feeding each
so they
other.
were eating food.
Yeah.
So they are eating these people. Why did they use acid? That stupid moonshine bitch used acid and ruined the meat.
Okay, well.
All right, what were we talking about? Corey, who just
Corey.
tried to get laid,
Just trying
he's
to get
got
laid.
blue balls because the cousin fuckers wouldn't let him on any of the action.
They just want to fuck each other.
And they got mad
So
when they
wait,
started.
how did Ricky have ghost sex with the other dude then?
I don't know.
No clue.
Oh my god, this movie makes no fucking sense.
No
I'm
clue.
telling you, we gotta ask Robert Englund.
Why did
Yeah,
they
he
have
didn't
to?
write the fucking movie.
I don't
Why
care who's
didn't
doing
they
it.
just kill them instead of fucking them? I'll never understand.
They needed another 20 minutes for this fucking movie,
I will
okay?
never understand why the ghosts need to fuck the people.
It's Southern hospitality. We established that.
Especially-
Southern hospitality.
And I mean, especially if they're eating them. I don't want to fuck what I'm gonna eat. I mean,
Well, eventually someone's going to eat the cheap
Yes.
lamb chops.
Yep.
That's it, that
I'll
line.
never understand. But yeah, so Corey comes upon Peaches.
Pieces.
Peaches.
Pieces.
Pieces.
Who tries to give him a blowjob with some very metal teeth.
She turned into Baraka. in Mortal Kombat.
What are you like? What are you doing? Are you putting a retainer in? At that point, he didn't care. He was like, "I need,
Like,
I need
you need something.
Somebody please touch it. Just
like a
touch it
cold breeze
little
is
bit.
gonna explode. Like, just anything. Like if you just fucking look at it for 2 seconds, man. I need release.
Help. Somebody.
Balls.
But then Corey gets it bitten off.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
He
a
dies.
deleted scene where Corey's chasing after Jezebel. Get away! I saw her first.
Do you want sloppy second sheep?
Oh no.
I mean, the other guy was fucking his pillow. I guess fuck a pillow.
I know, and
Sloppy
it's not even like
second
that's
sheep.
just like a random fucking room you got from these weird fucking people. You're sitting there having sex with the bed.
Oh,
With the
God.
pillow.
Oh, it's like a hotel bed.
And he was
Yeah.
getting it hard. Like that dude was going for it.
He was teaching that pillow a lesson.
He was angry at it.
Ugh.
Well, we got blue balled.
Oh, me.
And then Ricky has the peg of death. Poor Ricky.
He gets skewered to death.
Oh, but he goes out fucking shit talking. He's like, "Oh, your son fucking loved it." Like, that's right. That's right. If you know you're going out, you just fucking talk shit.
Because I think it
Fuck
was
those guys.
at
He
this
took
point-
it off.
Wasn't at this point they started getting suspicious and they're like, "Where's everybody? We haven't seen them." And they're like, "We got to get out of here."
I know.
No, yeah, this is after the bar scene, right? Where I'm like, "You fucking moron." They're like, "All right, what's the plan? We're gonna go do this." And I'm like, you know, everyone in this fucking town can
It's
hear
fucking-
you right
yeah.
now. Like, it's not like you guys are being quiet. This fucking like,
And
let's
then-
make our plan.
And
We all
then
stick
they're like,
together,
okay,
right?
we're not going to be suspicious. It's like, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Just keep acting like everything's fine. Like, what are you guys talking about over there?
They're like cheersing, and then they all drink, all put it down at the same time, and then get up and try to walk away.
Yep.
Yeah, and then like everyone who was watching and listening to you is standing right there in
I
front
know,
of you.
because
Like these stupid motherfuckers.
they're literally all just staring at them as they talk about this. like most things in this town.
It was kind of funny to me to see Robert Englund and have his like kind of like menacing mayor talk. It's something like you're always just Freddy to me.
Yeah.
Like he's like, you wouldn't be thinking about going anywhere.
At one point, he does laugh, and I can totally hear the Freddy
part.
laugh.
Yeah, there's a part at the end where when he does the fight.
Yeah.
When he's like on that table or whatever, he's like, now it's mine or whatever. I'm like, this is the "You're All My Children Now" from Nightmare 2.
Yep.
That's all I can. I heard the Freddy laugh.
I know. We were watching this, and after they have the big fight scene and everything, Paul's like, "Are they gonna have to jump the?" I was like, "You know, they're gonna have to jump the table. You know it.
The only way through is the fire."
Like, you know, you can't have that motorcycle on
I
this
know
table.
when he ripped the Confederate eye patch off and like the
maggots?
The maggots fell out.
When the maggots came out, Angie's like, "What? So what is he? Oogie boogie?" Like,
Yeah, I
what's
was
going
like,
on
is he
here?
gonna
This kid
disintegrate?
coming
Like,
out.
Oogie Boogie?
Yeah, and I'm like, how is this possible?
How much? I was like, does
Like
he have
they're
a hollowed
eating
head?
his they're eating his brain, and he's just like that. Because then my mind changed to like they're eating his brain. He's just batshit crazy, and all these people are inbred. So I'm like, all right, that'll make. But wait, they're ghosts. What the fuck? Like,
No, and there was a really funny part when they all split up after the bar scene, and they're like, "No, we're staying, but we're all gonna go our separate ways and figure out shit." And then like the guy's like, "No, everything's fine." And then there's a pan shot to this guy, and it literally has a sign that says "Coffin Harry," and he's just hammering a coffin.
Just making coffins.
I love that, like Coffin Harry. He's like not even nonchalant about it. He was just
Nope.
like,
Just banging away on his coffin, making his coffins. I was like, "So you're gonna bury these people?"
When did Coffin Harry show up?
Again, they're these dumb motherfuckers because they
needed-
said they're going to start acting normal, and they said, "Oh, we got to find the cars," and they start asking.
Oh yeah, and then
Where are
Malcolm's
the
like,
cars?
"Okay, then we'll see you all later at
But
3
where are the
o'clock."
cars?
You're like,
Yeah, and that's when they start asking, "Where are the cars?" and they start looking for them.
I know. Why was it Coffin Harry if they're eating these people? Why would it should be like Dutch oven maker? Like,
Yeah.
or like fucking like a weird like there's the fucking like Sonoma like pan selection there. So, it's like what?
It's a pottery bar.
Like Gordon Ramsay shows up. That's the cameo of this fucking movie.
That's the cameo.
Okay, these guys were from Connecticut, right?
Yeah, that's what their license.
That's what the license plate said on the Chrysler Sebring that they were taking to spring break in Daytona, Florida. It would have been funnier if they had like a Boston accent. Then like nobody could understand each other. Then it was like super Southern accent, like almost like swamp people Southern accent, where it's like
like the actual
where you
Deliverance type.
yeah, like where you need the subtitles.
no.
So this whole movie would have been like Boston subtitles and then like Southern subtitles.
I can't understand what you're saying.
I'll tell you, he dead. He dead. Now you boy.
Like, I was being polite to you. I said hi to you. It sounded like something else to me with your stupid accent.
Say you want to have some sex? What?
Why?
I asked if you wanted some checks,
you
not
a
sex.
ghost?
Quit pulling your pants
I
down.
still don't understand
You're
why.
not a ghost, are you? Because I'm a ghost hunter.
I ain't scared of
I ain't
you.
scared of your ghosts.
Come at me.
Say you want some sex, boy.
Why did they have to have sex with him? I'll never
don't know.
understand it.
I don't know. Okay, so now we get to
if you bring the crime. The what? The pizzas.
We find out what the weird shaped gazebo was for in the middle
that
of
was
the
just
town.
randomly there.
Yeah,
was
I'm
like,
like,
what
I
is
hope
that?
that comes back into play. But yeah, the fucking eye-popping scene. It's like you could have made it better.
Don't know.
Like
You
that doesn't even
loved
look
it.
like it's so cheesy though. I'm like, were you going for cheesy? Because like part of this movie, like parts of this movie, I was like, is this like a student film? But then parts of this movie were like, is this a porno? Like there was one of the guys was aspiring porn director. One guy was like, I just want to be regular filmmaker.
There's
And
literally
made both of these
a
movies.
quote that I wrote down that a character says, and I think it's when
Rufus!
Nelson is dying. She comes in with the moonshine, and she's like, "Here, have moonshine," and he literally says, "Okay."
No, this was after he's like, well, you should like beer, or she's like, are you a boy or a man?
And he goes, okay.
Okay.
He didn't know what to say. He forgot his line.
Line.
Well, Nelson didn't want to end up like Corey and
And
have
then
like blue balls.
we also forgot that after his death, the acid death, the lady looks through him and says, "I prefer a non-smoker," and winks at the camera.
That's right.
More of the one lines. Well, let's talk about Malcolm's death when he gets crushed to death.
And that's where the eyes that they collect come from.
Yeah.
Because yes, didn't we talk about how this movie
We
was
didn't.
sponsored by
The bell jars.
The bell
It
jars.
was like, Jesus, man.
Because what is it? Joey's going around and she stumbles on, what is it?
She finds that pantry thing.
Yeah, she finds that pantry with
They
everybody's
go into that
eyeballs.
one weird room. where there's
Again,
just dead
another
rats,
thing,
like-
another thing
Yeah.
that doesn't fucking make sense. These people are fucking ghosts that you
But
find
they're
out later,
keeping
and they have all the
eyeballs for-
fucking jars
But they have
with the
jarred,
goddamn
like,
dates.
jarred souvenirs.
And sore ass catches what's her face, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Butt
think
hurt.
so.
Butt
because
hurt.
she even makes a joke about him
Is
getting
it Rufus? Is that Rufus?
I don't know what the hell his name. Rufus. Rufus was his
Rufus
name?
is butt hurt.
Okay.
Rufus is butt hurt.
'Cause she makes a
Lester is
joke
sheep
out of him.
fucker.
She makes a joke to him about him when she
That's
sees
her
him.
Yeah, she does. And again,
How's your butthole?
why? Why did they have to have sex?
I know. I almost want to watch the second one now, just to be like, all right, is there more ghost
Do
sex?
they have to have sex with them in the
Like, do
second
they
time
explain
around?
more of the lore about the ghost sex?
Once we got the
cousin fucking, I can understand because you're making fun of Southern people,
And the
it's an
sheep
easy-
fucking as
It's an
well.
easy, gag or whatever. But I'm like, the ghost sex.
the ghost sex. It
That-
doesn't make
yeah.
sense.
Can you get ghost STDs?
And like the fact that they showed us the pre
If I
warm
have
up
sex
meeting.
with a ghost,
Like
if I have sex with a ghost, can I get a ghost STD?
like they showed us the
you can
whole
answer
like
me.
okay, you guys are you're gonna have sex. Like they showed us the planning of
Yeah.
like having sex with the dude. I'm like, why? What is this
One of you has to have
accomplish?
sex with him.
I don't understand. They gave us the
Tina.
ghost meeting. Like I don't understand it.
Oh, just yeah. There's too many questions. We have no answers.
But this movie. What else were we gonna talk about?
The end. But the thing that so let's talk about the ending. Here's the thing that I don't get about when everybody was dead but Joey and Anderson. What were they trying to accomplish? Because they said if you kill her, are they gonna set him free?
they tied him up. Yeah, because that's the thing I didn't get either. I was like, okay, if we're going the whole route before, we find out they're ghosts or whatever, when
Yeah.
like they're just this weird small town that, preys on people to eat or whatever and like blah, 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 right? So I'm like, they tie him up and they're like, we can convert you back to being a Southerner, that whole shit, right? So I'm like, what's the end game here? So
I know, is he gonna stay?
Like you're going to be one of us now? Because I'm like, they're not going to let you go.
Yeah, I didn't get the end game.
Are you a ghost
'cause
after you
that's-
kill your friend?
Well, that's
Makes
that's
no
where
sense.
I thought this was happening. Like, before I found out they were ghosts, like
Yeah.
he was like, you can take over as mayor. Like, you can be like the next in charge kind of thing. Like, I thought that's where they were going. And so when they gave him the whole ultimatum about like, if you cut the whore, we'll let you live or whatever. I was like, and he was just like kind of thinking, and I'm like, sorry, baby, I don't know you that well.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I
I
gotta
don't-
get out of here.
Like we just had sex the night before, but it's either me or you. I'm choosing me.
And you could tell,
I
like,
need
when
my space.
he was like, okay, I'll do it. And I'm like, he's not going to do it. Like, and they're,
You know he isn't gonna do it.
we all know he's not going to do it. They know he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. Who are we fucking kidding here?
Did anyone think he was gonna do it? Like,
Nobody thought he
Like,
was
really?
going to do it, guys.
you over there?
Yep. And then,
We have the whole throwdown with him and
Robert Englund.
Robert Englund,
They
which-
fight. And then the only thing that saved them is he's going to take Robert's
No,
other eye.
The only thing that saves him is when she kicks over the friend's head.
oh yeah.
He blocks
yeah.
the sword with that,
That's
with
right.
that
Uses his
decapitated head, and he's like, "Ha, take that! Thanks, Nelson, or whoever the fuck this is." Like,
Well, at that point, it was like if it's not obvious that they killed your friends, they made it more obvious when they started opening up all the dinner plates and with everybody's head on it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
we knew they were all gone. I
Yeah,
mean,
come on,
I
dude.
feel by the time that they were at that round table thing doing cheersing each other, that they all knew their friends were gone.
I know, because like at that point, I'm like, just get the fuck out of there.
Right? It's they go to the police after they get out of there. I'm like, why? Just go.
I like what the
They-
cop said though when he
They
yelled
didn't
at him.
know
He's like,
they
"Boy,
were
what are you doing?"
ghosts.
Yeah. Then,
yeah,
then they go back, and I'm like, why would you go back? And the cop wouldn't even make you like the cop can't make you go over there.
Well, that's the thing, because they didn't know that it was ghosts. So the cop's like, "All right, I'm gonna take you down there."
I would have been like, no, I just
like,
escaped
no.
from that fucking place. I ain't going over there.
One
Call
cop
the
is not
National
going to make a
Guard.
difference
No.
unless you got a SWAT team and a shitload of.
Well, I
police
think at some
officers.
point he would have been like, "It's a cemetery." Like,
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Like, come on, I'll show
Well,
you.
you'd have
Let's
to
go.
tell my ass I ain't going.
Let's go. I'll show you. Hold on, let me grab my cell phone and look on maps. Holy shit, it is a cemetery. Okay, my mistake, sir.
Yep, and then I'm on my way. Like
The whole the bust of Mayor Buckman on top of the Was it a mausoleum or just the headstone?
I think it
Like,
was just
the-
a giant headstone.
Yeah.
I was like, is it gonna move? Like, is
I
it
know.
just him?
That's what I was
I'm like,
expecting.
it was like, is it just like
I kept expecting
like,
it to wink at
he
me
had
or
a bunch
something.
of like makeup on him to look like it was like concrete or whatever. And I was like, is he gonna like smile or move? Like, I kept expecting him to move, and like it didn't happen. And then, like, kind of disappointed. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
So you find out after all the ridiculousness that they were, if you didn't pick up on it before, they were ghosts.
God damn, Hucklebilly comes back to kill them. I thought it was funny that the cousin fuckers were buried next to each other.
I didn't notice.
I didn't notice that. I know. I
noticed
saw
that.
some names
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
headstones.
It was like they were like their headstones were super close together, like more than they should be. Like,
Oh, how ridiculous. Yeah, but then Hucklebilly.
Hucklebilly.
Hucklebilly,
I just keep
promise.
hearing his voice in my brain.
I won't tell Granny Boone if you don't.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that made it ridiculous is they're like, "Fuck this, we're out of here." Which you would finally be like, "You should have done this hours ago."
Where were they gonna fucking go on the
Yeah,
motorcycle?
I don't get.
Right?
Like,
and
where
they
were they
just
gonna
like,
go?
where are all their clothes and their
Yeah,
cars? In the graveyard?
Not
They're
just that though,
ghosts
but once they get back
now.
home, how the fuck are they going to explain that everybody
Yeah.
that you knew is gone?
Yeah, where's Nelson and Corey?
I was like, where are your other
I haven't
friends?
seen him.
I haven't seen him. I don't know.
I don't know. It's been spring.
I
break.
lost them in spring break.
But goddamn Hucklebilly.
Lost them somewhere in Georgia.
Yep. He ties up some barbed wire around the. And the funny thing is I had never seen this movie, like I said earlier, but that clip of the final death I'd seen online. I have seen that clip been shared on Facebook so many times.
Wait a minute. All right. I'm just thinking here. All right. He goes out to kill them with the barbed wire thing. I'm like, if your whole plan is to just kill these people, then why not just do that all the fucking time? Right?
Yeah.
Like, why do we have to feed them and fuck them?
Don't know. There's
We don't-
no reason.
We
Feed him.
have questions.
Feed them, fuck them, kill them.
Yeah, I'm like, why? Why?
It just is like, there's so much, like, maybe, did they change the ending maybe to where, like,
It
the
could
ghost
be.
was an afterthought? Like, the original ending was so bad, they're like, oh, we
They're
need
like,
to change
well,
it. Like,
let's
this is
change it,
better.
yeah.
Like, test audiences didn't like the original ending. Yeah,
We need
that
to
could
change
be.
it.
Yeah, the ending was just the two cousin fuckers getting married to each other.
The end part was cool, where their heads come off from the barbed wire. That was cool. But
It was
honestly,
very ghost ship to me.
it was very wrong turn to me.
Yeah.
That's what I assumed, because I have not seen all the wrong turns. And
To
so
a-
when
to
I
a
saw
lesser
this clip
extent.
online, I was like, maybe it's from one of the wrong turns that I had never seen.
To a lesser extent, it's a Piranha 3D. The cable kill.
And then that's how it ends. They get decapitated by the barbed wire.
Now, none of them will have to write their term papers again.
Yeah. Okay, so final thoughts.
I think I pretty much summed up my final thoughts about this movie. It's a pile of crap. It's an entertaining pile of crap. It's fun to watch. There's a lot of camp. If you want a movie where you're going to see nice gore and just people making all kinds of stupid ass decisions, and Robert Englund and Lin Shaye, who looks German for some reason in this fucking movie. It's still a fun movie. It's a good movie. Like, you don't want to pay attention. If you want that Sleepaway Camp 3 where you got good gore, decent story, and just batshit craziness, watch this movie. It's fun. It is a good fun time. If you love gore, it's fun. You're gonna enjoy it. Seeing Robert Englund as Mayor Buckman it's kind of weird, bittersweet, I guess. Now that he's getting older, and you know that he's probably not gonna be in a whole lot anymore. So it's kind of, watch this movie and enjoy the crap.
Angie?
I agree. I think that the camp of this movie is fun. It's a good time. It's fun time. You have the most ridiculous one-liners. You're not hurting any brain cells by watching this. Have an edible. Sit down for a fun evening.
You might be hurting some brain cells watching this. Actually.
You will laugh your ass off at all the ridiculous.
It'll burn calories.
It
Yeah.
will.
This
yes.
is a good. Yeah, this will burn
Yes.
some calories. Watch
If
this
you're a
fucking
horror
movie.
fan, watch this for the camp. Just purely for the camp. Be fun. Like you watch Sleepaway Camp 3 for. There's no point to these films, but they are enjoyable for some reason.
Well, at least those are horny teens, and you know why they're having sex.
That's true. But yep, I say watch it.
Can
It's
you
a
be
good time.
Can you be a horny ghost? And you still haven't answered my ghost STD questions, because people say they get raped by ghosts all the time.
I don't
I
think.
didn't get pregnant by one, remember?
I don't
That
think
one
that you
lady?
can get STI. And isn't it STIs now?
I don't know.
I don't think you can get STIs or STDs from ghosts.
Can you get a
ecto-eye?
What is
But
it?
kids, wrap it up either way because we don't know.
Ghost or no ghost?
Ghosts or no ghosts? So, final thoughts. Wrap it up, ghosts.
I forgot that I had watched this movie, and now that I rewatched it, I loved how campy it was. I think that's what I loved about it initially when I remember first seeing it, was just how over the top it was. And getting reintroduced to that and seeing it all over again made me love that movie again, just because of how bad and how cheesy it is. It's one of those movies that you don't have to think. You just have it on there, you laugh at it because of how bad and over cheesy it is. It's one of the, again, it is what it is. It's not taking itself too seriously. It's making fun of itself in the movie, and that's what I enjoyed about it. But if you're a horror fan and you see this on and you haven't seen it, watch it, because I think you'll enjoy it if you know that it's just that campy.
If you're up for a good quaff and buff.
Good quaff and buff or a spleef. Well, kiddies, I think that's everything for this week. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can go to scarynerd.com for more horror entertainment news. You can email us your questions, comments, concerns at podcast@scarynerd.com. Next week, we will be finishing out our spring break week with Evil Dead, the original
Evil Dead.
Yes.
And I think that is everything for this week, kiddies. We will see you next week. To all, good night.
Bye.
I'll be a Huckabilly.
Grab your partner and give her a whirl. Yeah! Now twinkle your hair and give it a twirl. Woo! Slap your backside, lift your arms. All right! Because the cows and the chickens has been turned into the barns.